Oh my God, we're back. Welcome to the Hard Not Life podcast. If you didn't remember before, it's about the new core of hip hop, and that is business, the brand, and usually the debate between authenticity and entertainment. We record at one of the most authentic spots in hip hop.
Authentic being a watchword.
Wait, what?
Authentic being the watchword.
Okay, all right, you got it. Shout out to Fresthetic, home of the world famous classic material, New York. You've probably seen their clothes worn by Jesus of Jesus and Marko, or your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. We bring together experiences, and we break down the deals and the real, the bars and the beef. We connect the echoes of the past with the news of the present, and we try to make some predictions for the future. And anything up here is up for discussion or debate. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm still not talking about who we are. I'm here for the community that is Hard Not Life. But let's introduce ourselves. I'm Saul Goodman. You might know me from the Public Service Announcement podcast, or just kind of drunk at industry parties in and around New York City. My co-host.
I'm the Marko, New Jersey's Juggernaut. You might know me from loudly complaining about breakfast on Facebook, or you might know me because I'm the weird, funny dude running around, just trying to get into arguments over anime. So yeah, I'm ready to go on today's topic.
No, you are an angry and savage motherfucker. Ready?
Whoa.
Say I'm wrong.
Whoa.
Say I'm wrong.
I don't know if I'm either.
Yeah,
I don't know
whatever.
if I'm either.
All
I
right,
don't know
we'll
if
see.
I'm angry and savage.
Well, we're gonna let our audience make that decision.
Out here describing me the way Donald Trump would. Like, what's up with that?
Whoa, really?
You
You have to
gonna,
go there?
you gonna call me an apex predator next? Like, what's
I
really
feel
good?
I feel like we're here for the culture, but this was a safe zone. But wait, rounding out the Hard Not Life team, we have our producer, our executive producer, Mika. She's around. She's injured right now, so she might not hear from her unless she's really upset at our opinions. We also have one of my best friends and most talented people I know, Modern Marvel. He's here. And then we have a member of the classic material team who does not want to be mentioned. She might have warrants.
Word.
But we respect that. So we have a topic.
We just going to refer to her as the next step in evolution from now on. That's all I'm saying. Next step in evolution.
Yo, we got it. It's all good.
Best right hand man in the game.
You gonna drop a bomb on that one?
Yo, we about to make business cards for you. That's gonna be what it says. Next step in evolution.
That's all good.
Get familiar. Fix your face whenever she's around.
Yo, don't be channeling that old nigga.
Whoa, what? If we talking about what we talking about, and you want to take it back to the golden era, which I wasn't prepared for, my man might be on the list.
I know.
Two Escalades in the hearse, cause we killing them out here.
Yo, he's a goofy. He's a goofy in 2018. So like, yeah. Let's celebrate the shit that he did 2 decades ago. Celebrate it. Now we're moving on. So yeah, this is a conversation that we're having right now. King of New York. This actually is a very recent topic. It's been revitalized or reinvigorated or it's just brought back up. Who could possibly be the King of New York? Everybody is aware of issues between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I would like to have felt like, this is just their fans who probably aren't rap fans propagating this shit. But I think that there could be actual friction between them. Cardi really kind of threw her bid in with this Lil Yachty song, "Who Want the Smoke," also featuring Offset, her husband. I Get the Money, I'm the King of New York. And then let's take a little bit of a look at her accolades in 2018. 2 number one singles in the Hot 100 chart. Over the last 6 months, she's won top rap female artist at the Billboard Music Awards, 2 BET Awards, and 2 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Not to mention the number one album.
And it's a great one. I don't know if it's an album in the traditional sense as much as it's a series of singles, but it bangs. It goes.
Certified platinum album, by the way, too.
Yes, but that's also the strength of a single.
Yeah.
Bodak Yolo. But then now we have Nicki Minaj. Her next album is entitled Queen.
Oh, man. Nicki's from New York, too, huh?
We might have to rethink. Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's just that, like, in formulating my potential winners for this category, I completely forgot about Nicki Minaj, which is my fault because I shouldn't disregard her. And I hope that there aren't shades of toxic masculinity in there.
Though, is it your fault?
Is it my fault?
That's a good topic. But let me finish. The whole point is that when she's throwing her shot in this new song, Fifi featuring Tekashi 6ix9ine. He mentions that he's the king of New York and he's looking for a queen. So let's go back. Let's go back for a second. I know I hear all the sighs. Collective, the entire building just shook as far as the side is concerned. But let's go back. Who are some kings of New York?
What? All right. What are you defining as a king of New York?
Let's define it. Let's define it. Let's define it. So, do you want to say it?
You can state the obvious first. You know, most people would. Their number one would be
Hov.
Okay.
Yeah. But wait, that's not. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
What
Wouldn't
makes
it be
somebody?
Biggie though? Biggie is also a king of New York.
No,
right?
so I asked what it is some kings of New York. So I took a look at some of. All right, so you have a lot of potential people. Like New York hip hop until recently has been very prevalent as far as the industry is concerned. So I would say some kings of New York can arguably be Nas, Biggie, Hov, obviously. DMX.
Okay.
Rule.
Hold on.
And 50 Cent. It gets really murky after 50 Cent.
What the hell are you talking about, fam? I was with you. I was ready to have an argument over Nas with you, but like Ja Rule?
Yes, absolutely.
Ja Rule. When was Ja Rule the tops of hip hop at any point when there was someone else that could have challenged that?
Are you serious?
What year was this? And there was a bigger New York rapper than
there was
Ja Rule.
No, dead ass, no bullshit. There was a time when Ja Rule was a bigger artist than Hov and even DMX. Like there was a point where Hov and DMX were working with Ja Rule because Ja Rule could reinvigorate their career as far as mainstream media is concerned. We love Hov, but I would say that Hov has always been like the second or third most important in hip hop in any particular year. And that means, I know he's reacting and shit like that, whatever. And that means is that even if he isn't the most important artist of a particular year, he is the most important artist of an era, and that is spanned 2.5 decades.
Oh, okay. Yo, if you're gonna say somebody is the king of New York, their reign can't be the span of like less than 2 years. All right, like what 3-year run did DMX, Ja Rule, or Nas have?
All right,
that you couldn't say they were overtaken by someone or someone else.
All right, so before you scrutinize me, because I didn't even mention Wu-Tang. I didn't mention Pun. I didn't mention Fat Joe. I didn't mention Fab. I didn't mention the Locks.
You want to know why
Cam.
you didn't mention everybody?
But I'm saying,
apart from
so who are your
Wu-Tang?
kings of New York? Who are your kings of New York, sir?
So first off, you're saying like of all time, I'm gonna choose from your list, and then I'm gonna like say
No,
who I
no,
think
don't
has
do
a
that.
chance.
Don't be petty.
No.
Tell me who your Kings of New York is.
No, I'm not being petty about it. What I'm saying is, right, in my head, like the King of New York, right? The King of New York has to do a couple things. In my eyes, right? You have to, 1, be commercially viable, 2, be putting out good music, 3, capture the collective consciousness, and 4, also have some outside business going on too. And that kind of gets blended in with with capturing the consciousness, right? So with people that you named, Wu-Tang captured the consciousness, brought hip-hop back to New York, and was also putting out good music and putting out good commercially viable music. Same could be said for Jay-Z. The same could kind of be said of Nas, but my issue with Nas is that whenever Nas was like banging, like past Illmatic, he had like Illmatic and Stillmatic, where you could say like everything was coalescing into one spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the It Was Written years were a little weird. Like Nas Esco to Escobar, now we back to Nostradamus was like a little funny. Owe Me Back was a little funny. But even then,
I would say as a Nas hater, he has one hot album every 10-year average. But I am not going to dictate what the city has decided who would the King of New York be.
I think Nas definitely has a place and a spot. But I don't know if I can definitively say at any point he was at the tip of the top, right? Because it's kind of like you have to get to Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, right? Then from Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, they kind of rocked till the 90s. Then the 90s you hit Wu-Tang. After Wu-Tang you hit Biggie. Then from Biggie, like who really wrested it away from Hove after Biggie passed away? Like DMX. We had DMX, right?
DMX was not a force of nature. You're telling me that. You're saying that right now, that DMX, who had 2 platinum albums in 1 year, was not a King of New York? Yo, you could argue
that Jay-Z was like as if not more popular because of different things, right?
DMX destroyed the shiny suit era. Did he not? Yo, everybody was talking about flexing. The platinum records, the $1 million music videos. DMX came and was like, yo, I'll rob you just so I could buy some crack. And everybody was like, I dig it. And really? That wasn't a moment? That wasn't a moment?
I'm not going to say that he stopped the shiny suit era because he's eating the same time Mace is eating, and Mace is the shiny suit era.
Mace
like,
was around for maybe a year after.
Yeah, I'm passed. Not. But listen. I'm not even saying that like Mace was a king. What I'm saying is like this whole when did DMX capture the collective consciousness of everybody? You feel me? Like this isn't like who was the best rapper. This isn't like who was like kind of tops. This is like
who was King of New York.
Who, if you heard they was doing a concert, would like shit would sell out so quick, or like somebody who was just like you didn't have to ask a question about it. You just knew. There were no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was someone that was undeniable at that moment.
1998, DMX. Absolutely. Nobody was fucking with him. And he carried that right into 1999 and then there was X. Do your due diligence.
I mean, like, if you want to go out here and stand for DMX as a king in New York, I'm not going to stop you. Like, I'm not going to hold you. I would just say, while he was popping, like, 1998, Big Pun dropped Capital Punishment. Like, Gangstar still out here moving. Most definitely Talib Kweli is still moving. Like, I don't.
Again,
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, 1998 too.
All right, that was probably the closest person that could.
Yeah, and I would argue that if that's what we're doing, then Lauryn Hill had a longer lasting impact than DMX. Period.
I would disagree. But But this is where we're coming from.
We talking about the king of tax evasion now?
Oh my God! Why you being like that?
Just kidding.
You are a shitty motherfucker.
I mean, we could be talking
No, but
about
she's
we
a
could be
messy
talking about the
motherfucker.
king of impersonating FBI agents too, but we're not doing that, right?
Wow.
Free Earl, by the way.
Free? No, he's so happy right
You
now.
said free.
Have
who?
you seen him? No, Free Earl. Earl Simmons. I've seen a recent picture of him. He is of like a healthy weight. His face is filled in. There's no blotches. That prison food is clearing his system. I'm so happy for him right now. Oh, actually, I'm gonna be a petty motherfucker, maybe a traitor to my community, and say that Kendrick Lamar is up there.
That's king of New York. What
Wait, hold up. You cannot say Kendrick for
What
New
is
York.
happening
What are
right
you
here?
talking about?
All right, so
Now you being a troll for troll's sake. Like what the fuck, man? Like nah.
all right, pot. All right,
nah.
pot. Don't
Nah.
call me out, Ken. I'm gonna say this.
I am a troll.
I'm gonna say this. He came out with the control. He came out the control verse, right? He said he was not saying that he was the king of New York, right? He was supposed to be channeling Biggie when he said that, right? But name a New York artist that actually competed with him. That actually
Number
called him
one,
out.
J. Cole
No,
has more claim to New York than
Who-
Kendrick does. Number one.
I'm asking you
Number
another
one.
fucking. But J.
And
Cole, didn't respond to that control verse.
7 winners.
Who responded to the control verse?
I
remember-
Give a fuck about
I
who
remember-
responded to the control.
All right, now don't be emotional.
No,
I'm
no.
saying that
This nigga said-
Fabulous said, "I'm looking for a studio right now," and then it was 24 hours where he was looking.
Joe Budden,
and then it
Joel
was,
Ortiz, like we just
and none of
ignoring
them.
the people that
Joe
came back
Joe
and
didn't
rapped.
respond.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he? No, he didn't.
You made him put the mic down. Doing his Googles, bro.
Okay. Do your Googles. I need to see control. Like we can
Okay.
wait.
As you
Bomb!
said, king of New
Joe
York.
Budden control lyrics.
Oh, all right. You're right.
August 17,
Wait.
2013.
King of New York, though. You can't say somebody that's not from New York. That doesn't make any sense.
It
That's the
doesn't.
disrespect of the matter. That's the disrespect of the matter.
No.
No, it just
No.
doesn't make sense.
Joe is not from fucking New York, so even his response doesn't have to matter. We can say the same thing about
He's from the
DMX.
tri-state.
Wait,
at
wait,
least.
stop.
Oh, now we talking
Wait,
about
wait, wait,
King
wait,
of
wait,
Tri-State
wait.
area.
Wait, hold
Hey,
on. Hold on.
You want to
Hold
go
on,
all
hold
the
on,
way to
hold on,
fucking
hold on.
LA? Get the fuck out of
No,
here.
I'm just saying is
I'm
that
just saying.
even with Kendrick not being from New York, not actually declaring himself the king of New York, not actually definitively saying that, nobody really came out. All right, we have Joe Biden. Did Joel actually respond?
That's not what I'm concerned with. The conversation today is about the king of New York, right? Yo, Drake dropped Houston Land in Vegas, but nobody's saying that Drake is the king of Houston over Bun B. Like, but yo, like, that's what I'm saying. So, for you to say or throw out that Kendrick Lamar at some point was the king of New York, why are we having a monarchy is a lineage, my guy. Like, you gotta die, somebody else gotta be born and take the throne. Like, or there has to be an uprising.
We talking about it wasn't
Like,
it wasn't
fam,
a,
like-
it wasn't an uprising. It was an invasion.
No.
And it wasn't an
No.
invasion. And you know what? Nobody from New York stepped the fuck up.
You like, yo, you're mind
I know
boggling.
you're tight. You're tight.
Because at the time, you could argue.
Kendrick Khan now.
No, yo, I can't believe I'm about to say this. At the time, you could say that French Montana was doing more for the city than Kendrick was, right? Right? So, shot caller is popping at that point. He's had 1 or 2 hits. He's a known battle rapper, was down with Dipset, right? Has all the credentials and reps the BX to the fullest. Has all the credentials to be like, oh yeah, New York is my home. I rep New York. He does a show somewhere, show sell out. What I'm talking about, the king of New York, right? If you're the king of the city, you don't get no parking tickets. Like, you go wherever you want to do. You make a spot pop just by saying I might be there. Not even saying I'm gonna be there, I might be there, right? And you have and he has appeal that's like he's putting out like songs like unforgettable or unforgivable. I forgot what it's called.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable, right? Like now, like French has more reclaim to the city than Kendrick
Unforgettable
does.
came out in 2017.
I know.
We're talking
But
about
even-
something
but even so,
like,
like-
yo, they be talking about something that came out in 2013 that nobody of repute in the city responded to. ASAP Rocky.
He
Ace-
dropped a verse.
ASAP Rocky.
Like
ASAP Rocky could have responded. Joey Badass could have responded. I'm just saying.
they didn't need
nobody-
to. They were name checked in the song as his peers.
Okay, I'm just saying.
The
I'm
whole
just saying.
point of Control was to throw down a gauntlet to make niggas rap again.
And nobody stepped up.
Niggas been rapping. You can't get mad at the niggas that been rapping for not rapping because they always been rapping. like Joey been rapping. Bronson been rapping. Like,
Are they Kings of New York?
Want?
Are they Kings of New York?
Joey arguably is.
Whoa. No.
Joey
I would say
is
no. I would say no.
What do you mean no?
I would say no.
Why?
I think that
Why not?
I would say no. He wasn't.
Why are you saying no and stop?
He wasn't.
Like what are you doing?
Relax.
You gotta relax.
Yo, like
Wait. Chill. Because when 1999 came out in 2012, like that was probably the only year that you could have potentially said that Joey Badass was king of New York, and he wasn't. He
Yo,
wouldn't have said that about
Devastate-
himself. He was definitely a prince.
yo,
Motherfucker was 16 years old.
Yo,
Ain't nobody
Devastate-
gonna look twice at him. I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna look twice at Joey Badass.
Yo.
He also
Okay.
got played out by DeRay Davis on Wildin' Out. And nobody wants to remember that shit happened, but it did.
Nobody watches that show.
Yo,
Everybody watches that show.
man, you
Yo,
bringing
don't be
up.
wild disrespectful.
Wait, hold on.
Nobody watches that show.
Wait, stop,
We both
stop.
don't watch that
Wait,
show.
stop. I am not going to discredit Nick Cannon, my arch nemesis, on this podcast. even though, yo, yo, real talk, right? I'm just saying, right? I have a personal vendetta against Nick Cannon. All right,
On this podcast.
I can.
Because he got Mariah, or because he can wear a turban better than you?
No, it's because he married Mariah. Wait. If you really must know, it's because he was president of Teen Nick. It was because he was on all that, and then he was on all that, became the president of Teen Nick, is a black belt, married Mariah Carey, had 2 kids, has Wildin' Out on MTV2, which not only jump-started the career of Cat Williams, but also Mikey Day. What's fucking despicable is that Nick Cannon has a lineage of comedians that are killing the game right now. And that's despicable to me because he's so goddamn successful. He doesn't also have to be in shape and be a goddamn black belt. And it also probably has nudes of Mariah Carey in his phone right now. But I digress, okay?
He's also a gigolo.
Word.
Wait,
I also
we're
wanna
not
point out-
giving no country to R. Kelly out here.
All right.
Oh, I forgot about that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Redact.
Yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. But fuck that. Let's go beyond
Word
that.
to the king of San Diego.
All right. What?
He's from San Diego.
All right, whatever.
Nobody else knew
But
Nobody cares.
yeah,
Nobody
yo,
cares.
Nick
but
Cannon
beyond
cares.
that, I'm not going to slander Wildin'
People
Out.
from San Diego
But what
care.
I will say is, my G, you're using a show on MTV2, the same network that re-airs Rob and Big, to
That's a good
discredit
Rest in
a
peace,
rapper.
Big.
Yeah, rest
you
in peace,
fucking
Big.
savage.
Yeah, but he also had an issue against black women, so I'm not going to. Yeah, we're going to hold that.
He's
So
dead.
yo, what that mean? Joe
mean-
Paterno stood by while people got raped.
All right, Biggie and Pun beat the shit out of women, but we love them.
Hey.
God bless the dead.
Hey, unfounded claims.
I know it's going dark, right?
All
It's
right.
going dark. Look,
Wait,
I
wait,
want him to
this
get
is-
his point so I can move on.
Yo, this is my point. Joey Badass has a collective consciousness of an entire generation of new rappers in New York. Joey Badass is kind of the face of Beast Coast, which is also Flapper Zombies, Underachievers, and a whole bunch of other rappers from New York that is a whole nother phase. Joey Badass also is the leader of Pro Era, which also has producers beyond just Joey Badass. I'm getting to my point. He also has been on TV, been in movies, is acting. He also was the creative director for a clothing line. So what I'm saying is, not only does he capture a collective consciousness, not only does he put out good music, not only does he put out commercially relevant music because Devastated is certified platinum as a single, he also like reps New York, was born from New York. So he qualifies.
I'm also
going to
say that. I'm also going to say that as a New York nigga, none of that shit that you said that New York niggas care about. None of that shit.
What are you basing
none
this
of that
on?
Shit. The fact
because
that I'm in New York.
Joey
None of
Badass literally
none of
does
that
Steve's
shit.
Day every
None of
year
that
and it
shit.
sells out.
None of that shit.
Like he's out here. He fucking finished Troy Ave
New
before
York-
the Bullets did.
Yo,
like
yo.
yo, my
Troy
G.
Ave, Troy Ave got
Like-
Troy Ave got done out here because of Troy Ave. Like nobody needed no fucking help. Nobody needed no help to done out. Yo, even before he decided to like disrespect Steez, and I would say that Steez and his unfortunate passing had more to do with everybody getting this nigga Troy Ave out the paint than Joey Badass. No, I'm not gonna say that. Troy Ave got done out here because of himself. But I mean, look, what I want to talk about is who do we think is the king of New York right now? All right, let get your breath. Lower that blood pressure. Focus. Woosah. Woosah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yo, like
You
y'all
got it?
don't understand right now. You out here
Yo,
arguing for a bunch
yo.
of substitute teachers when my homeroom teachers right here just helping me out, helping being a father figure to me when my dad didn't come home. Like, and metaphorically speaking, I'm just saying, like, you out here caping for cats that like.
I'm not caping for nobody. I
flashing
just
the
like
pen.
I'm
Okay,
just throwing it
sorry.
out. I'm just throwing some ideas out.
Okay.
Even my particular king of New York is going to definitely upset folks, but I don't mind.
Go.
But I threw out who my potential. I threw out who my potential
Can I throw my potential?
kings of New York were. No,
Okay.
I want to hear right now who's your king of New York.
You just want to hear you want to hear my potentials? All right.
All right,
Fine.
yeah, let's hear the potential.
My potentials. All right. Cats that you can viably make an argument for that I will accept. French Montana, Joey Badass, ASAP Rocky. Yeah. And also Cardi B, and like I said, Jay-Z, but that goes without saying. Everybody else is a fucking substitute teacher right now. And you could maybe say Diddy, but Diddy hasn't put out relative music.
Yo, this
relevant
nigga be
music.
just talking sometimes. I can't believe I
Diddy?
respect him and love him as a as a co-host
Alright,
and shit
what-
like that. But you
alright.
just be talking. Who's your king of New York?
Cardi B.
Wow.
Okay.
Cardi B.
Today,
Yeah. Because of all the criteria that I keep repeating and I keep saying.
All right.
You wanna go?
I disagree.
Who's yours?
I disagree.
Who's yours?
No, I disagree. I want to talk to because you're going to scrutinize everything I was fucking talking about for the last 20 minutes.
Not.
I
Okay.
am saying
Uh-huh.
I disagree because for her to make that declaration that she's the king of New York, what was the wait? Let me say the line again. I get the money. I am the king of New York, flanked by 2 Atlanta niggas, while managed by a new Atlanta-based company. I can't say when your album goes #1 and it does not showcase any other New York artist, you hear more sounds from other places. Atlanta, Puerto Rico, both Southern and Northern California. Shout out to YG and what's her face? Kalani. When you are showcasing all these different regions without championing a sound that can arguably be said to be New York, I think that she's incredible. I think that she represents New York. I am really proud of what she's doing. But King of New York, when 2 of the people that you are rapping with are not from New York,
Who is your king? Who is this your king?
Who
Who is
is
your
your
king? Come
king?
on.
is this your
Who
king?
is your king?
Come on.
So, when I take into the fact that there has to be a cultural movement behind it, when you have to talk about somebody that is commercially viable, but is also showcasing New York.
This nigga gonna say
for
Casanova.
good or bad. Casanova was one of my picks. He was one of my picks. I would actually say that Cardi B would have been one of my picks as well. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Fuck you, man. All right, let's go. Yes, I'm ready for this. I'm so ready.
I'm saying is that this man is, when we're talking about
Let's go.
what,
Let's go.
all right, I'm going to talk about the very fact this guy, like what, I'm going to talk about culturally, right?
Mhm.
Community. This motherfucker, unfortunately, is able to make videos everywhere, right?
Mhm.
A Boogie with the hoodie. Or somebody else that is actually representing for New York, but is definitely just not.
Yo, fuck A Boogie. He
not
jumped bass
a
guy.
face.
Yeah.
Jump. I mean, look, I love bass guy, but he ain't from New York. That's some shit that a New York nigga
You
would
do
Like, I
not
don't give a fuck.
disrespect the bass guy.
All right, I feel you. Whatever.
Ask Kevin Durant.
Neither one of these niggas are from New York. So you know what? You know what you can say? Eat a dick. I'm just saying. But I'm saying is that first of all, he has a real engine, not just like his actual, like his team as far as the industry is concerned, but yo, for him to have Scum Gang and the 9 Trays behind him. That's the United. I'm not going to talk about what the gang shit is when it really comes down to it. Is that, yo, for him to have been able to say, yo, I'm from New York, I don't give a fuck. I'll be in Chicago, I'll be in California, I'll be in Texas, and I'll do what the fuck I want. And you know what? He's untouched because of the engine, like that street certification that's behind him. Yo,
That police report don't say he untouched.
I think that he's trolling. I think that he's the one, the grade A troll, and I think that he's trolling. I think anybody that actually wants to touch Tekashi 6ix9ine in New York might not, like in right now this summer, might not survive the summer. And I think that he is quite willing to play himself and to play around because he knows that it's gonna play for the mainstream media.
Okay. All right.
I think that he is self-made. He has no He has no cosigns. 50 Cent said that he loves the guy. Again, 50 Cent, potentially another king of New York, said he loves the guy. 50 Cent can't
He
make
definitely was at
he-
one
the
point
last-
in the 2000s.
the last song that mattered from 50 Cent was the Power theme song. The Power theme song. But
It is a big rich town.
and we all just come from the poorest part.
I don't watch
But-
Power, by the way.
He did get the cosign. This bullshit right now. This Fifi shit is,
And he admitted his bullshit, which I can respect.
but it was his first cosign for a mainstream.
Yo,
rapper.
are you done or you finished?
I'm not
Like,
done,
What are we doing?
and I'm not finished, and I'm not done. I'm not finished because like we already bigged up. I bigged up Cardi B, but I'm talking about King of New York. This motherfucker can go anywhere, right?
Oh, he can?
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does.
He went somewhere recently and got pistol
And
whipped.
again, I'm telling you that I
Okay.
think that was a fucking troll.
But wait,
he's a troll.
can he go anywhere? Did the judge say he can go everywhere yet? Like,
I'm not going to defend his. I'm not going to defend his charges. I will say that he would again. Look,
Okay,
you're not going to have me. He
you
was
want-
17 years old.
do you want me to leave in or leave out the charges? How you
No,
want this
leave
argument
it,
to go?
leave in the charges.
Want me to leave him
let's
in?
Talk
Okay.
about the charges. Talk about the charges.
All I'm gonna say is this: at worst, Tekashi 6ix9ine is a pedophile. At best, he's friends with a pedophile. Like, that's where that spectrum goes. Yes or no? It's all good. Yo, we just got customers are coming in and out the store. That's what it is. So here's my issue with 6ix9ine, right? 6ix9ine, there is no worth to his music at all. Like, zero worth. And there's just no substance to it, and it's absent of anything. And I'd be okay if it was just party music, but he is just determined to make it like gun music, right? But let's go beyond that, right? He's a walking meme. None of his singles have hit #1, even though I guess they've been platinum, right? And he's going to burn out and flame out so spectacularly. and it's just
We
pitiful.
can say the
Everything.
same thing. We can say the same thing about what happened to 50. We can say the same thing about what happened to DMX.
No,
We can say
No,
the
you
same
can't.
thing. We can say the same thing about Nas.
no, you can't. Like, are you gonna tell me DMX made songs that are still relevant today? He tapped into a place where someone who was unloved and forgotten about can relate to that, because DMX's songs at their core are about someone that had nothing and felt like nobody was on his side, and finding people that care about him, dogs that care about him, literally and figuratively, and expressing that emotion. There is no deeper level to the music that 6ix9ine puts out, and there is with every other person that you just named.
We have no problem with you voicing your opinion.
DMX is a man. He was one of the best that ever did it. He went over JT for like 2 hours back to back in New York. JT,
Wait, you want to give him the mic?
Rest in peace, DMX. He was one of the greatest. That's what I gotta say.
He's the king of New York, right?
P. Diddy gave me $5,000 not to show face because I'm the best underground king in the city because I can rap. Running into more. Apple right now.
Oh,
No, we don't play to anybody.
we
else.
got something for
Sorry.
bros right now. Sorry, I don't even.
Still-
Nah, I forgot. I was making a point about DMX. I was letting you know that every other person that you named besides Tekashi has a deeper meaning with their music.
We need somebody that is not only channeling the community, the New York City, but is also representing for the sound. And I think that's what's always lost, and that's why we didn't even have a conversation about what Nicki Minaj is doing, even though she's probably the most popular New York artist right now, or at least has been. But we're not saying that she's representing, she's the king of New York. So you're saying definitively that Cardi B is the king of New York, even though
Yes.
she's barely spending any time in New York. She doesn't channel any kind of sound from New York. She's not represented by anybody from New York, and she's not even collaborating with anybody from New York.
Okay.
You're saying that
Cardi-
she is the king of New York.
Yeah, because Cardi B is literally the girl next door. If you're from New York, you know somebody that reminds you of Cardi, or Cardi reminds you of somebody that you grew up with. Cardi's like your best friend or your girl from school making it, fam. And that's what Nicki Minaj was at first before she started making Starships. Like, everybody's rooting for her. There is nothing but positive vibes, like, pushing her. She's out here banging just as hard as your boy Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, fam, she literally named her kid Culture but spelled it with a K so it wouldn't have a C.
Because it's named
Like, she's
she's
But
still the
all I'm
daughter is
saying is
named
this-
after her ATLian husband's album.
Yeah, you think Tekashi's only out here fucking girls from Brooklyn and the Bronx?
I'm
No,
not saying
but-
that.
but
I'm
that's
saying is that when we want to bring up that, like, there's
All
no
I'm
part
saying is
of
this.
her daughter's name that's not represented by for New York.
Oh.
It's her husband is Offset's daughter.
But even
Like
Even
she
so-
don't even have that weird name that Dominicans love having, like those names that
you
like,
on that island by yourself, fam. I'm not even
are-
going on there
no,
with
I'm
you.
saying- No, I'm just saying, like, they're names that are culturally relevant, that maintain their name.
But yo, fam,
none of
what
that.
are we really talking about? You're saying that Cardi doesn't represent New York because she doesn't feature New York artists and she doesn't sound like she's from New York. Number one, what does New York sound like right now? Because what does Rocky sound like? Because Rocky sound like Harlem to me, but people are saying, yo, he sound like he's from Houston. Are you saying your old Droog is New York? Is Sky Zoo New York? Is Joey New York? Like, what's New York? Because
All
Joey
these
getting a
people-
lot of his beats from a dude from Boston.
But all of these people are New York.
Yeah, but why is Cardi B not New York? She's super New York. She sounds like New York, fam. Right? That's what I'm talking about.
So
Next
how
step in
is
evolution.
so how
out
is
here
she
saying
New
Cardi
York?
B-
So how is she New York, but Tekashi is not New York?
I didn't say Tekashi wasn't New York.
Okay,
What
but
I'm
then if
saying
you're gonna
is
if you're gonna
that
line up the two, who is more New York?
Cardi's more New Yo. Cardi is more New York, and not only is she more New York, she's more relevant as an artist. She makes better music. She makes more commercially viable music. She
I would
has
say-
outside business
I
ventures
will say that-
which help her become part of the collective consciousness, which Tekashi 6ix9ine hasn't captivated. Tekashi 6ix9ine is a walking jigaboo for people to live a life that they can't live and be like, oh, this is what it's like to be gangster. This is what it's like to be from the hood. Whereas Cardi, one, embodies that because she actually is that and isn't just playing a character.
So
this is the
I
same
ask-
Cardi that
so
was
I
on
ask
Love and
you-
Hip Hop.
No, so I ask you. I know, I get it.
Yeah.
I completely understand. But then in that vein, are
What?
we not looking at what New York is anymore? Maybe we have a higher opinion of what the landscape and the community of New York City is now. And like, yo, in the same space as there were people that were like, yo, Kendrick can be king of New York. Maybe we have a higher opinion of what New York has become if a Tekashi 6ix9ine could very well be good in any hood when it comes to New York City.
Yo, Tekashi 6ix9ine, like, to me, is a fucking Muppet. Yo, like, and I'm sorry that I keep saying things like this, and I'm sure Tekashi 6ix9ine could literally have me killed. And I understand that. But when you're looking at someone that is literally playing a character, this is a dude that was part of Loaf Music. And if you haven't heard of Loaf Music, it's an underground hip-hop collective. And all they do is spit bars, right? And he was like, yo, this ain't popping, I'ma do me, right? When you have people out here that feel like he not really banging and it's the people around him that's banging, he's not the one putting in work. Why are we celebrating a fraud? Like, it's different, right? So, like, the one thing you can say about Cardi B is that she's authentic. People like you and me, we know the term code switching, right? Cardi never code switches for anybody under any circumstance, right? She in the same room talking the same way with everybody. She's making music that captures the attention of, like, white comedians that are like, I get it, I relate to it, and I understand it. Tekashi 6ix9ine, if he doesn't end up in a pool of his own blood, is not going to be relevant in 3 years because his music isn't going to resonate the same way. Because those kids that want to experience, that want to have that fantasy of being hood are going to have a whole new rapper to listen to, fam. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not giving the title of King of New York to some dude that is not even a flash in the pan. He's a fucking crumb in the bottom of the pot that got burnt, nigga. Like, I can't.
So we are. This has been an episode of Hard Knock Life. No, I don't care. You know, I like the discussion. I like the conversation. I like the debate. And I think that we've had a really great one. And I definitely want to hear from our audience, for any of our lifers out there that really are going to vibe with Hard Knock Life and want to be a part of our community. We want to hear what you have to say. And you know what? If we're missing people, if we're a little too mainstream for you and you think that there's somebody on the underground that should represent for New York City and that we need to celebrate them, let us know. But until next time, yo.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the next one up is Princess Nokia. All right, keep going. Just saying. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you can hold that. But as we all know, it's a hard knock life for us. But we going to keep making this look easy. Until next time.
Peace.